All right. And we're back with another edition of the Scotty No Show. I think this is episode 63. That's wild to say sometimes. But our our guest this week is Caleb Lusk. Uh I'm gonna be honest, I'm probably gonna call you Clubby from time to time.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Naturally.
where'd that nickname come from?
It came from seventh grade. I was playing baseball, and I was pitching, and we were about to mercy rule one of the other teams. And I was pitching, and the shortstop was yelling random names at me. He said, "C. Lubby," and then that just kind of stayed for a good year or so, and then just over that, like the next however many years has been since then, it just has switched to Clubby, and it's been that since probably eighth grade.
I believe you recently graduated. That's true, right?
Yep, absolutely.
Okay. What's next for you?
Next, starting in July, I will be beginning physical therapy school. So I got 3 more years of school, 2 more years of actual classes and schooling, and then after that, I start my clinicals, and after that, I will have my doctorate of physical therapy.
And that's all going to be down
Yeah,
in
I
Vermont?
decided to stay in Vermilion for that. I got accepted into a couple other schools and had to make a couple tough decisions and decided to stay. So
You mind saying what some of those other schools were?
yeah, I got accepted into the University of Mary in Bismarck, the University of Nebraska Medical Center, and then the University of Oklahoma. The Sooners, my second favorite school, my second favorite dream school, but it was way too expensive to go there.
Hook 'em. Anyways, why physical therapy?
So I chose physical therapy because of my personal experience with that, as well as occupational therapy. Having gone through a couple extensive months even up past a year of physical therapy myself, and the major impact that my physical therapist left on me had me wanting to help people that are going through similar experiences as my own, and kind of realized that at the beginning of high school that's what I wanted to do, and it hasn't wavered since then. So I'm still rolling with it.
I believe you made a speech, or you were like a keynote speaker at something.
Mm-hmm.
You mind telling us what that was about?
Yeah. So I was the keynote speaker for the JY6 Foundation Nurses Gala, just to appreciate all of the work that nurses do. Sometimes they don't get the recognition and that they need for all that they do. And it was kind of a dinner to recognize them, as well as a night to help fundraise for pediatric cancer research. And I kind of just explained my story, as well as there was a couple other speakers. But yeah, I was the keynote speaker for that and raised a lot of money. So that was good.
Now, I don't think you and I have ever actually talked about what exactly was your issues exactly.
So I had an astrocytoma brain tumor. Is located in my cerebellum, which affects motor coordination and balance. It was grade 2 when I was diagnosed. So grade 2 cancerous tumor. Affecting motor coordination and balance. So I had to relearn how to walk, relearn how to go to the bathroom, like walk to the bathroom, put clothes on myself, bathe myself, like a lot of activities that you kind of take for granted, that are just normal days or normal activities of daily living. Basically had to relearn how to do all that and then get back to normal life. And I have very minimal effects now, like you wouldn't really be able to notice without knowing before that I had it. So
Yeah, because I've known you for probably the better part of 5 years. And I didn't even like know about that until like maybe 3 years ago.
Yeah, yeah. A big giveaway is my scar on the back of my head. So,
Okay.
but
Okay.
yeah.
How long ago was this?
2007 is when I had my surgery. So it's been at the end of May. So actually, in 13 days, I will have been cancer free for 15 years now.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Uh, you also you ran a lot in high school. You were a cross country runner.
Yeah.
Why cross country?
Well, I enjoyed a lot of like I played like everything when I was younger. Then kind of like once you get to middle school and have to start making decisions between like I could either play cross country, I could do football, which I love football too. My dad ran cross country and track as well, so he had always pushed me from a young age to do that, and kind of making the decision on what I was better at or what I had the potential of being better at, knowing that my mom is 5'3", kind of made me think that I wasn't going to be the best football player. Didn't really think I'd be that tall, and so then I chose to stay with cross country there. And then in the spring, there wasn't. I don't even what sports are going on right now. Other than baseball, baseball's kind of like a summer thing.
Tennis.
Yeah,
I mean it's girls golf, but golf.
yeah.
And there's going to be one that I'm going to forget, and I'm going to get yelled at for it. Track, obviously.
Yeah, yeah.
So
And track was always an easy decision. I personally used to be like in my early beginning years, like high school, I definitely liked cross country more. Then as I started to like lift and get some faster twitch muscles, I really enjoyed track at the end. Track was definitely my favorite out of the two.
okay. And I've heard Coach Keys say this a lot. There's more to cross country than just running.
Mm.
What exactly is there? More to that exactly?
I think a big thing with cross country that I enjoyed a lot more than track was just the team aspect and how close everyone is, how tightly knit we all get, and um, you have like separate. You have like your jumps, your throwing, just all the different aspects of track. Rather than in cross country, you're all together the whole time, and you really get to become like a family. Really, is yeah. That was the really nice part about cross country.
But before we get into our lightning round kind of topics,
Mm-hmm.
I do have something to say about track that I kind of wanted to pick your brain about.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have any idea why people jump backwards during a high jump?
Oh yes, actually I do. So I don't know when it changed. It must have been. It was through the Olympics, long time ago. I'll shoot for a ballpark and say 60s or 70s. But before that, everyone jumped over like a dive kind of.
Yeah.
But then one guy, his name was, it's like Fallsbury, I believe.
Yeah.
It's called the Fallsbury flop, is what they do now. He revolutionized it, and he did that for the first time. And then he ended up setting the world record doing that type of jump. And then everyone just kind of followed with it after. Yeah, I guess that's all I really know about it.
Okay. Because like, I was at the track meet the other day, and I saw, people basically diving and looking like they're Jeff Hardy for some reason.
Mm-hmm.
And then I saw other people like jumping, like basically hurdling the high
scissor
jump bar.
kicking. Yeah, scissor kicking is.
And I'm like, if you're gonna do that, why aren't you a hurdler?
Yeah, that's a good question.
And also the triple jump looks like it'd be hell.
Yeah. I don't know how I would have done in those events.
Yeah.
Actually, I did when I was in middle school. I did start off high jumping, but I quickly realized it wasn't going to be for me.
So I feel like whenever you and I talk about anything, it's usually basketball.
Mm-hmm. I can talk all sports, Scotty.
Oh yeah. But I very distinctly remember having you kind of commentate for like a quarter
Oh yeah, yeah.
On a basketball game once.
Hmm.
But have you been watching any of this NBA playoffs?
Absolutely, I have.
I'm surprised there has not been a murder in the Grizzlies Warriors series.
Yeah, this is I always because I'm an MJ guy over LeBron personally, and I
Thank
always
you.
go to the fact that the game was just played a lot harder then. Their effort level was more than. But you know what? They are getting fierce right now, and that series specifically. But like you're seeing all of the playoff games right now, they're getting physical, which I love to see personally. So like I don't know. I think the Dylan Brooks one, I didn't like that
Yeah.
that foul though. That
I,
one, I thought he should have been ejected. Um, I don't like hopping on the train that everyone else thinks about Draymond being a dirty player. I don't think
no.
he is, but I just think he plays hard. But there are some definitely some flagrants that I see called, and I'm like, this is not a flagrant, but it is physical right now. I enjoy it.
I got. Ooh, is that glacial cherry? Is that what is
Yep.
that?
Oh yeah. Let's see if I can find it. Yep, Glacier Cherry.
Yep. Is that your favorite Gatorade flavor?
I'd say it's up there. I'd say the strawberry one's really good, and then I
Ooh,
just like the OG uh, yellow one. That
the
one's
lemon lime.
yeah, yeah.
There was one I very distinctly remember it.
Hmm.
It was like mid 2000s, maybe when they got rid of it. It was Citrus Cooler, is what it was called.
Interesting.
It's the one from the Michael Jordan commercials that he like sweated and
Mm.
stuff. Awesome. That and I'm a little bit of a lime cucumber
Oh,
uh
can't do
guy.
that.
You don't like the lime cucumber?
Nope. I remember I got it and gave it away to someone at a cross country meet when I was in middle school. I was running up with the high schoolers, and I was like, I don't want this at all.
Yeah. The back to the basketball. The whole knee thing, with the ripping at um
Ja.
Jaws knee. That
Mhm.
that didn't you don't do that in basketball, bud.
Yeah, I didn't. It didn't. This is another thing where like I don't personally know how that small because it didn't look like that much of a contact.
No.
I want to say that there was something going on before, like maybe a previous injury that it would have acted up because I don't think that little of contact could have created a bone bruise and keep you out like that. But I
Did,
guess it did. I love Jordan Poole. Like I love Jordan
yeah.
Poole. So, and I agree with like what he was saying. He's like, I'm not a dirty player. Like that just had to happen. And I don't know. That sucks for Jaw because Jaw's obviously a very exciting player to watch as well.
Did you see Steven Adams at the press conference the other day?
Oh, that's like he was like saying that he got galled fat or something.
Yeah.
He's so funny.
It's like you're a large man. You're a big man. I was like, what? Call me fat?
Yeah. I love his accent too.
Yeah.
I'm a Thunder fan, so like I hated to see him go just because he plays hard. But
He made the game winning basket when I went to a Oklahoma City Thunder LA Clippers game
mm,
in 2016. He made the game winning basket.
all right, let's go, Steven Adams.
Yeah. The other series that I'm kind of mainly thinking about and watching more of is the Bucks and Celtics.
I was hoping you were gonna say that because that's my favorite series right now.
Yeah. And the Celtics, like, first of all, the Al Horford game that we had the other night where he
Yeah,
looked at Giannis and was like, oh
he's
man.
like he's like, all right, yeah, let's go. This is
Yeah.
game time now.
Yeah. I love that. And then
Yeah,
the absolutely epic collapse, I believe, was that last night that happened?
yeah. I didn't watch the end of the game, but I saw some highlights, and they should have been able to close that out for sure.
Yeah, they were up like I think maybe 8 with like 2 minutes to go and they lost.
Yeah, yeah. That is not ideal. As a Duke fan, though, like Jason Tatum's one of my favorite players in the league, and it's crazy to watch him take that step. One of my buddies has always been super high on him. That's a Celtics fan, and like last year, he said he's a top 5 player in the league, and I'm like, no, not even close. He's not even the top 5 in his conference. But I still liked him and knew he was going to keep progressing. But now you got to put him like he might be like 7, 8 right now in the league.
Yeah. You also if you're the Celtics and you have like a game winning or a game deciding moment, don't give it to a guy who won the defensive player of the year.
Yeah, I didn't agree with him. I mean, he is the point guard, but you had what? I think it was like 5 seconds.
Yeah.
And I did see a video of where he missed Jason Tatum streaking down the court, and that would have been big. Like some man that can hit some clutch shots right there.
Speaking of people that went to Duke, Kyrie Irving.
Yeah.
Did you see his little Twitch stream or whatever it was the other night?
Oh, on 2K?
Yeah.
When he was going off about like, you come do my job then.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I saw that.
He was like still talking about Boston fans, and I think he actually might have been playing some sort of Grand Theft Auto game or something. Because it looked like he was running around and doing something. And he was doing like this voice is like like what in the world are you doing, Kyrie?
I don't know if I saw this one. I might have seen a different one where he's talking shit.
I'm gonna have to send that one to you then.
All
right. You play fantasy football?
Absolutely.
I stopped doing that a while ago, but I don't know where this was, but I think it might have been Wisconsin. The fantasy football punishment that they had for placing last was you had to try and qualify for the US Open. So this guy had to play in a US Open qualifier, and he shot like a 112.
Yeah. So I won one of my leagues, made a decent amount of money off that this year. This year I was only in 3, which is the least I've had in a long time, so that was nice. But one of the leagues I was in, the loser had to do a photo shoot calendar.
Oh my God.
They wanted to do like a naked canvas painting at the art school at USD, but like the person like backed out. They got too scared. But then another one of my buddies, their fantasy football, the loser had to enter in an open track meet.
Oh my God.
He had to go run in a track meet unattached. He went over to Mount Marty, and he got wrecked. he got schooled, and he ended up going like semi TikTok famous for it. It's like,
oh really?
Fantasy football. Yeah, he he got wrecked. We wanted him to go to USD meet, so he'd be going up against some D1 athletes, but you can't just like openly get into that. You have to like actually have some times.
You don't run anymore still, do you?
Not very often, no. Something I should get back into, but
okay. Just like between that and the guy, I think it was last year or a couple of years ago, where he lost and he had to spend 24 hours in a Waffle House.
Oh, yep. Tommy Maher had to spend a certain amount of time at it's that Mexican place downtown in Sioux Falls.
Oh,
Gilberto's. Yeah.
And
shout out Tommy, TM3.
And did he have to eat like a certain amount of tacos to get like something off his time? Or?
Yeah, I think he could like eat and get some of his hours off.
Okay.
Yeah.
Before I think it happened earlier today. Jerry Jeudy got arrested. Did you see that?
What? You're kidding.
No, Jerry Judy got
On what
arrested.
charges?
Domestic violence.
Well, I'm sorry to the victim there, but I
Yeah,
need to call my buddy that's a big Broncos fan.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's wow. I did not see that.
So in the Nickelodeon game, when Russell
Yeah.
Wilson is throwing touchdowns and slime is flying all over the place, we may not see Jerry Judy.
Yeah.
So
Did they get that game, the Nickelodeon game?
yeah, yep. It's going to be on Christmas Day. It's going to be the Rams and the Broncos,
Interesting matchup. I
and it's going to be on Nickelodeon.
I saw a bunch of London games were revealed, and Vikings had one of those. And I also
Yep.
saw that they play the Eagles week 2, I believe Monday night in a doubleheader.
Week 4
Yep.
has the Buccaneers and the Chiefs. So
that'll be a great matchup.
so we get a rematch of Mahomes and Brady.
If I remember right, last time that they faced off was the Super Bowl, and
Yep.
they creamed the Chiefs, and Patrick Mahomes ran like 700 yards in the backfield trying to get away from the Bucs defense.
And he threw it left-handed or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I'm sure later today when the schedule gets released, we'll have more on that. But do you play FIFA by chance?
I do not. Nope. No FIFA for me.
No.
I
Okay.
roll with 2K.
Have you heard that FIFA is no longer going to exist?
I did not. That is tough.
It's going to be now called EAFC.
Hmm.
I don't like that. I don't like that at all.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, why change it?
Yeah, it's always going to be FIFA. Like,
Yeah.
What are we doing?
Yeah.
But now we're gonna go to kind of our quick questions here, and then we'll call her a day.
All right.
Please stay on for the post show though. But
Yeah, I will.
Favorite music to listen to?
Like genre?
Just genre, artists, anything.
I would say mostly like rap. Little hip hop, but mostly rap.
Okay.
My last year, I think Polo G, Lil Uzi, and the Migos, but the Migos came out with a new album last year, so that was probably why for that. But yeah, I mostly listen to rap.
Have you listened to Pusha T's new album?
I have not. No.
Oh, dude, it's good. It's good.
All right.
Yeah, he has a song with Kanye on it, and my favorite era of Kanye was like 2003 to like 2008.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Old Kanye is definitely the best.
And it sounds like old Kanye.
Really?
So that's good to hear.
Yeah. Did you see Young Thug and Gunna?
I heard about that. What exactly happened there?
I forgot what the charges were now that I'm thinking about it. It was something involvement with gang violence, but both of those two are like two of my favorites in the game. So
yeah. Favorite movie?
Favorite movie? You know, someone asked me this the other day, and I was like, "How is this possible for me to pick one?" But
yeah,
I think I would either go with just because I just would like to go like to the old days. I would either go Sandlot or Benchwarmers.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
One of my hills that I will probably die on is that Sandlot isn't that great of a movie, but yeah.
Oh, I love those when I was a kid. Also, I'd like to throw Invincible on there.
Ooh, big sports movie guy from what I can tell.
Yeah, well, these are just the old ones that I've probably watched the most.
Okay. Speaking of Mark Wahlberg, I watched his new movie Father Stew the other night.
Yeah.
It's an all right movie.
Yeah.
He tries a Montana accent, which is really weird. Then he just gives up on it. And it's like, dude, no, you're from the south of Boston. What are you trying to do?
Yeah.
Favorite TV show?
The Office.
Favorite episode?
Probably. I haven't watched it in a while, but like
Okay.
when it was like really popular on Netflix, I watched it through like 7 times. But I would say Creed's my like underrated character. He's always super funny.
Yes.
But
that one episode where he's like the regional manager, throwing his car keys to absolutely no one.
Yeah. I always like because you can go back to any episode and find like a funny clip, but I always like seeing the clips of the basketball game.
Yep.
Michael's out there. Oh,
yep.
That's hilarious. But yeah, I guess I can't think of one off the top of my head.
My personal favorite is probably Diversity Day.
And that is really funny.
And that's honestly all because of the, oh my God, am I a woman?
Oh yeah. That one's hilarious.
Favorite food?
Actually my dad's cooking it right now. Steak.
Yeah. That is actually what my next question was. How do you like your steak cooked?
Well, depends on where I'm getting it. If my dad's making it, who I would like say that's the best steak every time, I want it medium rare. But if I don't really know the place or I don't trust it necessarily, then I want it medium.
Do you have any like preferred seasoning on it? I know that's a weird thing to really have.
When I grill, I normally put some Lowry's, some Rick's salt, and then some Montreal steak seasoning.
There you go. That's what I was hoping you would say.
Yeah, those 3. My dad would probably say something else, but
yeah. What's your favorite thing to cook yourself?
Well, I like grilling a lot. I did that a lot in college. But I'd say the thing I probably make the most often is eggs. If I'm not grilling, like on the pan, just do some eggs. I love omelets. Like I eat omelets all the time. They're my favorite breakfast food, but you can eat scrambled eggs for lunch. You can eat them for dinner. Throw some cheese on it. It's all good.
One of my favorite things to do always was like to make like scrambled eggs and throw like a little bit of bacon bits in there.
Yep. Or I'd like rip up some lunch meat ham and throw it in there too.
Yep. What's your favorite Vern bar?
Well, pub, the Main Street pub.
Okay. Okay.
But then I really enjoy Carrie's if I'm just there with like a group of friends. It's kind of like low key. Leo's is pretty fun too. I would say those are my top 3. But if you go in the summer, you got to go to the OLC rooftop.
There you go.
Yeah.
Hoping
I did a lot of that
one
last summer.
Really?
Yeah, I lived in Vermilion last summer. So
okay.
Yeah.
What's your go-to drink?
Captain Sprite. Used to drink like a lot of different high sugar drinks, and then the gut rot started setting in, and then I moved to Captain and Coke. And then one of my friends that's a bartender is like, hey, you should try Captain Sprite. And I put a lot of people on it, Scotty. Captain Sprite.
Okay. Yeah, that's well, first of all, I don't drink anymore, so like I just like to know what everybody's favorite drinks are.
Yeah.
But when I would do that, I was a big Long Island guy. I know that's trashy as hell, but
never had one of those, honestly.
You've never had a Long Island?
Nope.
Oh man. Well, there was a place that I kind of sort of somewhat worked at in Brookings. You might have heard of it. It's a place called the Lantern.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, you might know what it's called now. It's called Wild Hair.
Oh, yeah.
And they used to have these things, lantern tees.
Mhm.
Insane.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's our show. Do you have any questions for me before we go to the post show?
Um, who do you got? We'll go back to basketball here. Um, I want to go through each series and then who you got in the championship and who's.
Oh,
So we
uh,
got Celtics, Bucks. Bucks are up 3-2, headed back to Milwaukee for game 6.
uh, I think the Bucks end up taking that.
Yeah, I do as well. And then we got Sixers, Heat. Heat are up 3-2
Oh,
going.
Heat are taking that.
Okay. So Heat there. So you got Heat and Bucks out of the East. West, we got Grizzlies and Warriors. Grizzlies are down 2-3 going back to Oracle.
It's going to be the Warriors.
Warriors. And then Suns and who is it? Can't think of that one.
Well, it's obviously going to be the Suns because you can't think of
Suns
the other ones.
What?
I was going to say
Mavs.
It's obviously going to be the Suns because you can't think of the other one.
They are kind of struggling a little bit right now. The Suns are, but I think they'll win too. So then we got Heat and Bucks. Who you got?
Bucks.
Yeah, I would agree. And then Warriors, Suns.
I actually got the Warriors. Believe it or not,
The
Warriors, I think, could win the title this year.
Yeah, they definitely could. Curry hasn't really been Curry. He hasn't been putting up any crazy numbers, but they got Jordan Poole to do that too. So it's been kind of equal now.
He needs to go to Subway, get more of his meat marksman or whatever it's called.
I put at the beginning of before the postseason started, I put Bucks, Suns, and I have the Bucks repeating as champions. And if they get Chris Middleton back here soon, which I don't even know what his injury is, I just know that he is injured. If he can get back, easy Bucks.
He's been injured ever since I acquired him on NBA 2K for my Knicks. So yeah. Yeah, I have a weird lineup of him, Jalen Duren, Obi Toppin, RJ, and like Emmanuel Quickly.
RJ. I love RJ.
Yeah. So yep, that's our interview. Thanks for coming on.
Yep.